Deadbolt Sports here with your college football pick preview show right here on the Ramblin' and Gamblin' Network. We'll go ahead and jump right into it. First play that we're going to give you is Oklahoma State against Tulsa. Oklahoma State, based on our numbers, are about a 29 point favorite. Last line we saw is 23, so that gives us a little bit of value there. We think Oklahoma State, traditionally, they always run it up on these schools when they get a chance, so we see no different here. Look for Oklahoma State to win by 30 plus here. Next game up, Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh will be one of those surprise teams this year. Really kind of putting things together. We have them as about a 34 point favorite. And the line last we saw was 21, so again, quite a bit of value here. Syracuse hung tough early with North Carolina, only because North Carolina just played horrible, to be honest with you. We had North Carolina last week, got the cover there. After the second half, they got it together. But look for Pitt to come out strong against Syracuse and get that win. Next up, Navy Tulane. I know everybody saw the massacre that was the last time Navy played. But again, look, there's always, every football season, there's a big improvement between week 1 and week 2. Again, remember, Navy had no contact practices, so very little preparation for that game. And BYU's a good football team. Tulane is an average football team. That was showed with them struggling with South Alabama last week. And we did have Tulane last week, and they did not get the cover. So we like Navy here, getting a touchdown. We really feel like Navy's going to make it huge strides. I mean, this is not the BYU offense they're facing. We feel like they'll be able to move the football. So we're going to go with Navy plus the points in that one. Next up, the one we're going to look at is BC and Duke. Duke hung tough with Notre Dame last week. We feel like BC is actually the better team here. So we're going to, again, take those points. The last I looked, they were getting 6. We look for really BC really to win this game outright. But like I said, the 6, we'll definitely take those just in case they don't. But we feel like they'll definitely get the cover here. So take Boston College in that one. Again, we don't have a play on the Notre Dame game. But this is one of those type games where they really try to lay on the points when they're just a much superior opponent. I really don't want to lay the 24.5. So 25.5 now, last I looked. Really don't want to lay that with Notre Dame, but I really feel like it's one of these, if you just tell you I want to play that game, my lean would be to take Notre Dame. That's one of those, it could be those, 42-7 kind of games. Another game that I'll just give you a little brief lean on, I like Georgia Tech at home. Again, not an official play, but I do like Georgia Tech at home against UCF. I feel like they have definitely improved. Obviously they installed the new offense last year, so making improvements. Again, they played, obviously the best team in the country, arguably last week, and were able to move the ball a little bit. So look for them to give UCF a hard time. And they're getting a touchdown at home. So, again, not an official play, but a lean if that's one you want to look at. Next one, MTSU and Troy. I know I've seen a lot of Troy plays out there on Twitter. We're going to back MTSU here. We feel like they are going to get the win here. They struggled their last time out against Army, looked really bad. But if you watch some of that game, there's just some plays they never could quite get that offense going. They do have the ability to put up some points. They are at home. I think they will. They're not playing on the road like they did last week, last time out. So I think they'll be able to get it going at home. I think they'll be able to get that timing down in game 2 and be able to put some points up on this Troy defense. And actually get the win here, and we're getting a 3.5 there at home. So MTSU. Next one up, Louisiana Tech, Southern Miss. This is another one we feel like Louisiana Tech's is a better team. They should be the They should be the 5 or 6 point favorite here, and they've got Southern Miss favored. Of course, Southern Miss fired their coach after that abysmal performance against South Alabama. Again, this is the same team that got beat up pretty bad at home against South Alabama. So I look for Louisiana Tech to get the win here on the road. Again, a lot of these you really don't have to factor in, or we're not factoring in a lot of the home field here because they're just not the, they're still traveling, but Ruston to Hattiesburg is an easy trip, not very far. So I don't see them being on the road team being a big issue here. So next up, Louisiana Monroe. Speaking of Louisiana schools here, against Texas State. Texas State's, last we looked, all the way up to a 6 point favorite here. We really feel like Louisiana Monroe, again, here is the better team, and drawing 6 at home. I feel like they should be a 2 to 3 point favorite here at home. A lot of people on Texas State because they played tough at the SMU. But again, that was the first game of the year. Again, week 1, week 2, you can't put too much stock into what goes on in week 1, especially in college football. But anyway, Texas State, gets the win against an abysmal team last week in the rival there. But we look like ULM. They played really tough with Army early. Got away from them there really late in the game. But we like ULM here at home to get the win. A big game this weekend. I guess the only two top 25 teams is Miami and Louisville. We like Louisville here. Miami. Sorry. We like Miami here in this one. Getting 2.5. I think Louisville kind of escaped last week against Western Kentucky. I know they won by 2 touchdowns, but that game was actually a little more competitive than what it looked like. But we'll take Miami plus the points to get the outright win here in a nice top 25 matchup. Last one be the last game we're going to talk about today. Wake Forest, NC State. This is similar to the Louisiana Tech Southern Miss game. Really feel like the wrong team's favorite here. Feel like Wake should be a 4 or 5 point favorite. Instead, you got NC State 2.5. Wake's much improved. So we will take Wake. Look to get the win here on the road against NC State. That's all we have for the college football preview. Hope y'all enjoy watching all these games. We'll have SEC games next week. I know a lot of you are looking forward to. I know I am. But anyway, hopefully we'll have some good matchups, plays on those next week. Talk to you then. Bye.